Welcome to This Week in Disney, and this is the Detroit Vlogger. Well, I was going to do this every week, and then I screwed it up, and then I did not do it a couple of weeks, last week or something like that. I don't remember. Anyways, this is This Week in Disney, where I have gathered information about Disney materials and stuff like that throughout the interwebs and whatnot. And then I will try to give you some updates and we can have a discussion and all of that fun stuff. Okay. Anyways, I am the Detroit Vlogger. I am a Disney person, fanatic, not a person, but a Disney fanatic of sorts. A aficionado of Disney, you could say, who lives in Michigan, a very far, far, far away place on the opposite, way from the north. I mean, in the north, away from the south, from Disney. Even though I'm not there, I have a plethora of information that you may want to know about. Now, you may say, we got lots of channels and lots of places to get information, Mr. Detroit Vlogger. And that is possibly true. But I like to gather it all up in one place and talk about it. Just one more place to love and share them, to share Disney. Now, yeah, so that's what this is all about. One time a week, people are busy. You're watching live streams. You may have Facebook and not able to get everything that you're looking for, or there might be things that you missed and whatnot. And always coming to one place to get even more of it is even better. Just like the Diz podcast or other places that have videos where they discuss topics or have roundtables of sorts talking about Disney and Disney topics. Anyways, this is what this is all about. Anyways, so this week is the 28th of April 2019. And this is uh, all about what's going on. So I saved a lot of things, primarily on Facebook, and I looked for other articles throughout the interwebs, checking on Twitter and all over the place. And so I try to save as much as possible. But Facebook does a great thing. You can save stories. By just clicking on them, and then basically you can keep them in some type of orderly fashion to read later. It's a great tool. Anyways, so yeah. Anyways, with that said, let me share. Let me see if I can share this out. Sometimes it used to be a big pain. Um, see here. Um, um, oh, I think, oh, I typed that in there twice. Whoops. Let's get rid of that. We're gonna share this on Twitter because I like sharing. Twitter's fun stuff. Um, and I do I like sharing stuff on Twitter, and then on my other place to share stuff on is on Facebook. Um, anyways, yeah. So we're going to okay. All right. So we got all that straightened out. There's just some early administrative stuff. Now on to some before we get started, some other things right quick is that if you do like this format of podcast or slash informational videos and stuff like that, and these kind of talks, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you can, at over wherever it is below. you can subscribe, and thank you. Okay, so I've have things from a while ago, and but let's just talk about the most. Here's an article that was written by, and I'll always reference where I found these at. So there's a lot of people doing these. So Disney Food Blog had one up, interesting. Remember the announcement that was not too long ago about stroller sizes. Yeah, stroller. How big is your stroller? How big can it be? What kind of size can it be? So they do now. I don't know if this was. It says that pre-security has these rectangles marked on the ground about the allowable sizes of strollers in the parks. Parents, listen, I'm going to give you a heads up before you even get there. Look, there's a picture of a rectangle painted on the ground, and here is the size: 31 by 52, 52 inches long and 31 inches wide. Now, that is about 48 inches is 4 feet. About 4 feet 4 inches, and approximately just shy of 2 foot something wide. So if you I would say I don't know that you could fit one of those side by side. You know how you have the double wide stroller. I think they prefer a stroller that is, instead of, if you have two kids being side by side, I think they prefer one it's in line with each other. It's a more it's not the perpendicular, is that the way to say it? Where you have inline seating instead of spread across, on a horizontal point. That way that you're taking up less space, less, in a walkway, that you're not protruding out on the sides, that you're more in line with where you're at going forward. I guess they prefer that. So people, if you're buying a stroller and you're buying it, buy the one. You don't want a double side by side stroller. You want one that's probably, one kid in the front and one kid in the back. Um, yeah. Anyways, 31 by 52. That's the stroller size that they have chosen. And so that's important news, especially if you have kids that are going to and you're going to Walt Disney World and they're in a stroller. That's important news. 31 by 52. 31 by 52. Dads, make sure you write that down on your iPhones. Save it to your notes. Save it somewhere. Get a tattoo on your get a tattoo on your arm. 31 by, what is it for? That's the stroller size. Yeah, for now. And then it changes, and then you're screwed with this tattoo. This is 31 by 52. I don't know. Anyways, so we're over here kind of getting rid of a sinus infection. Um, Here's another one by the Disney Food Blog. The Disney Food Blog is a great. I have to say, it is a team effort over at the Disney Food Blog, and they have a website, and they have an awesome video. Video over there on YouTube. They have lots of videos. They do a lot of food. Disney, other than hotels and entertainment, the food is, and some people say it's expensive, and it surely is, but they do have a lot of food, and it's probably an undertaking just talking about the food on its own. So, shout out to the people at the Disney Food Blog who continually keep up with what's going on with the food that's going to be hitting your taste buds. But, yeah, so everybody loves a Dole Whip. That's the, pineapple juice and the pine I think it's the pineapple ice cream or whatever or yogurt or whatever you're calling it, I forget. But now they have the pineapple, pineapple whip mimosas for the morning, made out of pineapple juice, coconut milk, whipped topping, pineapple wedges, you name it. It looks just looks great. I don't know where they're serving them at. I would suspect that this is going to be probably available in the morning time, maybe. These will when you're getting your breakfast and you want a mimosa in the morning. That's where a lot of people get their mimosas in the morning, I believe. It could be a evening drink, but yeah, hopefully these will make the menus at a magical brunch over there at maybe the Polynesian Ohana's, maybe Chef Mickey's, somewhere else that you're going to eat a magical 1900 park fare. Who knows? Wherever you're getting breakfast at, you could maybe now, I guess, possibly get a mimosa made for you. A Dole Whip. If you remember, you can get a alcoholic drink during using the Disney food plan, and I guess you could have a mimosa with your breakfast, and that would be ready to perk you up, and you'd I don't know about perking you up, but it would be you'd be ready to roll if that's what your thing is, and you need a mimosa after just a crazy time just getting there, I guess. I don't know. Okay, let's see here. So that's we talked about the mimosas and we talked about the stroller sizes. That's the most recent things. Okay, in the last past week, well, one of the things that have been another thing that's been happening over there at downtown Disney, and it's a food thing, is Black Top Craft Burgers and Shakes. Now, let me tell you about this place. Okay, so, at first no, I first, was known about was, told about Blacktop Craft Burgers and Shakes, and, when I watched a video by a one infamous vlogger by the last name of Neistat. That's right. Casey Neistat, who lives in New York City, went to the Blacktop Craft Burgers and Shakes to get a shake. And if you have not seen the photos of these shakes, I'm sure they're online. But yeah, the Disney Food Vlog is taking plenty of photos of these things. They look like a shake with sprinkles, a cake on top of them. They're just phenomenal shakes that have all sorts of extras, and I'm sure they're going to put your kids into a sugary oblivion, far worse than anything that Starbucks could probably make for you, because Starbucks, started those crazy shakes. But anyways, to say the least, they have phenomenal burgers and phenomenal shakes, and the shakes are out of here. And Casey Neistat, when he went to New York, there was like this ultimate. 5-hour wait, when he made his video. You can go look at it and stuff like that. I guess he made friends with the owner, and he was able to surpass the line to get the shake and stuff like that. But that's, Casey Neistat, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I would say it's well worth the time, and I'm hoping that they would take that would be another place you could use your, Disney, food plan, especially if you can use it for like, if you're on the plan where you're doing, the regular, meal plan, not the deluxe, but the one where you have the counter service. Yeah, I'm sure if they like, there's other places that take counter service, and this is another one that's going to be wonderful because it'll be jam packed and have a lot of people there eating there, and it'll be a great experience and whatnot. Because I went to one of the burger places in the Disney downtown Disney when you used it there, and I forget that it was one of the burger places. I forget where it was, but, they had a really good burger. Now, I don't know if they have a Shake Shack because that's what we have here in Detroit. We have Shake Shack. I'm not sure if we're the only place that has these Shake Shacks, but surely enough, the Shake Shack is another restaurant if you, are up here in Detroit, that you can, have. I'm destined to look now to see if, the Shake Shack is something just here. The Shake Shack, looking now. Um, I think let's look here, locations. Oh, no, they're all over the place. Let's hear if they're in Florida, and, that's great. So they're in Florida. A lot of states have Shake Shacks. That's good. I don't know that there is, one, oh, there is one in Orlando. Let's see here. Looking here. So you can if you could find a Shake Shack, it's kinda like I'm saying that it's probably like the black top craft beers, I mean, burgers and shakes, beers and shakes. I'm being pessimistic here, thinking that it's, anyways. Alright, so, anyways, so there was this week they also told us about the travel times that were reported for the Disney Skyliner gondola. Let me tell you, as a person, I don't like. I'm very scared of heights. Was not always like this, but I've never really ridden, even in Cedar Point, which is the nearest amusement park, sort of around here, where a lot of people go to is Cedar Point. I'm not a roller coaster kid. I never was, and I was never fond of the bucket skyline thing that rode across. I don't know what they call it in Cedar Point. I think it was skyline to take it, across the park from one end to the next. But the Disney Skyliner the gondola system. I don't know. I'm scared of heights, but and it makes me nervous. When hopefully everybody would be sitting down in your gondola, or will they be standing up trying to take pictures, rocking it back and forth? I'm suspecting that Disney is knowing that that's going to probably happen. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that there's going to be this announcer that comes in and a little camera looking into your gondola car, going, "Hey, sit down. Please stay in your seats. Motingos, no, 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 no," in Spanish too. But yeah. Anyways, in the Disney Skyliner car, that would fit up to 10 people. I think that they're going, the person who's loading them up or letting people buy that's going to be sitting in them. I think people this is going to be a two-way street here. People, listen. If you're boarding a Skyliner with a group of people, you have to be conscious. I'm a big guy. I don't think 10 big guys on one gondola is really the answer. So I would say when you're loading the gondola up and you're loading on there, kind of stay kind of aware of what 10 people are. Um, an average, and then go from there. And be safe. That's all I'm saying. Even though I probably won't ride it myself because I don't like heights. So, but they announced the times. If you can do it, and I might try it, a 5-minute ride, you know, 5 minutes of like sweating it out and going, "Oh, whew, I made it. I did it. I might do it again. I need to get over my fear of heights, 60 feet in the air, because it goes from 10 to 50 to 60. Oh, was it a few feet off the air to like, or whatever, however far it is off the ground to 60 feet off the ground. But if you can do it from like 5 6 minutes, then you can progress yourself up to the full 15-minute ride. See, from Disney Caribbean Beach Resort to the Disney Hollywood Studios is 5 to 6 minutes. From the Disney Caribbean or the Beach Resort to the Disney Pop Century Resort or the Disney Art of Animation Resort is 6 minutes. And then it says Disney's Caribbean Resort to Disney's Riviera Resort, about 5 minutes. Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort or International Gateway from Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort to the International Epcot is 15 minutes. So you could be on one of those for 15 minutes. Just putting it out there. So for whatever it's worth. All right. So, yeah. Um so that was kind of new. And they talked about, by the way, in the last couple weeks, they had a video you can find online from the Disney parks, from Disney, about the gondola. You can watch what it looks like inside. I think it's going to be okay. Look, I think here's the deal. This is the way I see it. People who design these things are people that where like the people who when they made the queue line here in Detroit, the first people to ride the Q line, which is our little streetcar. Some of the people that rode it the very first time were people that were wearing suits and ties, right? So if you think about it that way, and you're thinking about people that who's the first people to ride the Skyliner, people with suit and ties instead of shorts and sandals and stuff like that. Um, they're thinking, of your coolness and comfort too, but at the same time, about not putting a lot of weight on the gondola. But also on top of that, okay, on top of that, knowing that there is the fact that the gondola has those passive air that it flow the passive airflow. I think that's really great. And the fact that they have the mirrored keeping down on the sun. That's highly important. Keeping the sun away, and it's a shaded thing, and it's shady inside. And then also that you don't have to sit on any type of leather or cloth. It's wood, and wood stays kind of cool, by the way, if you didn't know that or not. Now, not to say that it's gonna be hot and muggy, and then it'll be kinda, that's just the way it always is. So, I don't think it'll be any hotter than sitting on a park bench in the shade in the park where there's a nice, breeze coming by. Just think about it like that. Anyways. Excuse me. So the most you have to put up with that is, uh is the part where, you're going to have to take the 15-minute ride. But for 5 to 6 minutes, if you can do it 5 to 6 minutes, and you can put up with it, um, surely it'd be an astonishing ride. One that will have grandeur views of grandorous views. I don't know, however you want to say that. It'll have great, awesome views. So they say 60 feet above, is great. Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty good. All right, just turn that down. I don't want to cough on everybody. All right, so okay. Anyways, let's see here. Um, okay. There is every year, they have oh, well, that's not coming there. Okay, wrong. Well, that's the wrong play. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Here's another one. So there's a big Adam the Woo had this in his videos, but everybody knows this already. It was already coming. That on April 22nd, Disney World officially bans plastic straws at all of the parks. No more plastic straws. That's been going on. So you're drinking out of paper straws. I've had some Starbucks already started using the paper straws. You can sort of tell the difference between a plastic straw and a paper straw. But even to go one step further, I think everybody should be using some type of refillable cup or a refillable um something or other. This is my opinion, and this is something that I think that Disney could be doing. I'm just saying, to go one step further. Here locally at the Detroit Zoo, they put water station w- filtered water refilling stations all over the place, so people could get tons of water because it's hot in the summertime in the Detroit Zoo, and you're walking all over the place, but not as far as Disney. But you know what I'm saying, you walk all over the place. So they installed these water things where you can buy or bring your own refillable water jug or whatever you want to bring there and fill it up. Right? They have zero. They have the things called these member cups, and you buy a cup and you can refill it for super cheap. I believe that Disney could go this way. They could sell they could sell these refillable mugs, right, or cups that you could use all over the place and fill them up with water, and you can go and get maybe a dollar off, or you can get refillable cokes at like the parks for cheaper than what you would normally do, just to cut down on cups and straws and those kind of things. You could definitely do it by using like a cup that you would keep. Everybody would I know people get them these cups, if you're staying at the hotels, right? I think that could be the same thing. You could get them filled up for a dollar out in the parks or something like that, or make one, and maybe not at the parks, but you could buy another cup out in the park, and you could have this cup, and you could take it along with you, and you could fill it up in the park only for like $1 or $2 or something, some cheap amount of money, and then also sell like bottles, like water bottles, cheaper instead of $19 or maybe something like that. Make them cheaper, like $15. A refillable water bottle that has you can make an assortment of them, and then install water stops, like where you could fill up water and stuff like that, and have them all over the place because water is really important and kids like it and stuff like that. I think that would be a tremendous improvement to Disney as a whole. Everybody would be hydrated, and they would definitely make more money by people using these cups. They'd be souvenir cups, and it would be great. So, just my opinion. If anybody is listening that is from Walt Disney World, anyways. So yeah, that's my take on that. So yeah. So let's see here. Oh, if you have not noticed and you're in Walt Disney World, the Tomorrowland Speedway has been shortened. The track has been shortened to make way of part of Tron. All right. And also the track has been redone and repaved, and it also has been it's I think it's almost ready. uh it's done and I heard, i I don't know if I can confirm this or not, but I heard the cars are different. I don't know if they've been refurbished. I don't know if they're still running on gas or diesel. I remember the last time I was in there, it was like, I mean, but that you when if you're going to a true racetrack, like a NASCAR, you know that you're going to be smelling the fuel. It's part of the burning fuel, the part of uh, the ambiance of being in a track is that it smells like car fuel. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just it. So, anyways, um, but the shortest the track has been shortened, and it should be back soon, I guess. I don't know exactly what date that'll be up and going, but looking here. It was this article on Walt Disney World News today, and I'm looking. They have great pictures of this. of it. And oh, it's set to reopen May the 18th, and then the Tron roller coaster is set to open in 2021. So May 18th, you two can go back to riding the speedway, which has been closed since like December sometime. So it's been about 5 months or so that it's been out of commission. So you can be a driver again around the Tomorrowland Speedway, refurbished. It might be a smoother ride too, because it was kind of bumpy. You know what I'm saying? And it just needed it. It was super bumpy, if you remember. All right. Um, there's a new Florida law. I don't know who makes these things up. I mean, I can't. It's not me. Look, this is ridiculous. I mean, I understand, but anyways, a new bill signed by Governor DeSantis would allow theme park museums, restaurants, and hotels and other public locations with large crowds to take lost and found goods after 30 days and sell them indirectly from an affiliate charity. I don't know what Disney's policies are, but all I can tell you is Disney has a wonderful lost and found, and they do an extreme amount of work to try to get your stuff back to them. I'm not joking. Let me tell you a story. So a long time ago in 2013, when I went to the Disney parks, this kind of works in two ways. First of all, somebody has to find your stuff. So if you drop something in the park and some kid has to find it, right? Um, or somebody has to find what you've lost, all right? Let me just say that. Whatever it is that you lose or leave behind. And somebody has to find it and then turn it into lost and found. Once lost and found has it, then what they try to identify it by all sorts of ways, and they try to. I guess maybe they even use security cameras. Who knows? But but then they try to get it back to you, and then also when you call, they are really great at trying to get your stuff back to you. And so back in 2013, when I was there, my child lost her own character book where she had all the characters were signing the autographs. Somebody found it on the bus and turned it into lost and found, and they found it. They noted where they found it at, and they had like some type of chronological way of finding it or something like that, and where what bus it was on, where it was at, and how they found it, and because you were able to retrace your steps where you're at what time, whatever, they were able to find it, and then it appeared in our room the next like the following morning while we were gone, and she had it, and it made her she was very upset that she lost her autographs. I mean, it was a lot of work, and she found it, and she was very happy, and it made her rest of her stay very, very magical. So, with that said, I can't imagine that they try to sell everything. Who knows what they're going to do? But Disney's Lost and Found does an immense amount of work that's really awesome in the background of things because they're like they have a job to try to make your stay magical still even though that you've lost something. Now, if you don't take off your glasses and your hats in the wildest ride in the west, it's your fault. But still, somebody might be able to find it at the bottom of the ride. Anyways, I just wanted to say that. Anyhow, that's very, very interesting. Um, let's see here. Something is returning. It says here. It says this is WDW News today. They put down that the crossroads of Mickey Mouse. No, on the crossroads of world, Mickey returns. The globe spinning once again at the Disney Hollywood Studios. If you remember correctly, Hollywood Studios it was going had a huge renovations in the front of the park. for the longest time. You got the you got the oh, first of all, this is the 30th anniversary for the Hollywood studios. But if you remember in Hollywood studios, they've been doing a lot of stuff. The Globe had to be refurbished. It was there forever. They've been redid the stops in the front of the park. They're connecting up the gondola system to the Hollywood Park, to the Hollywood studios. They have construction everywhere, and trying to get ready for the 30th and whatnot. So one of the things that they got ready and finally put back out there is the crossroads of the Mickey Mouse and of Mickey, or the world of Mickey, and he returns. So there was a it's back. It's back, and he's back on top of there. That's pretty awesome. Um, so um, if you it's one thing to take a picture of, because especially a great zoom picture of it, it's something else. um so let's see here. That was I think that was pretty cool, because I remember, it's like a staple of the park. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Oh, if you have kids or yourself, you have a phone. One of the things that the Disney parks has, because people break their phones, and you need a great case, so that way you don't break your screen. But one of the great ways, and everybody likes these brand new pop sockets. OtterBox has come out with a new case that has a pop socket that disconnects from it or pops back into it or something like that. So at the Disney parks, I have seen that they have pop socket OtterBox cases. Superb. Great idea for those kids who like to watch their phones. They use the pop socket to tilt their phone and stuff like that. But the Disney parks now have the OtterBox pop sockets, and that's something that's pretty awesome to me. The OtterBox cases are awesome. They're very really rugged stuff, and the combination of having an OtterBox and a pop socket now together, working together, and made from the same company is even better. And the way it twists off, they're very replaceable, and they have them be themed for stuff. That's pretty good. Anyways, so with that said, I think you could find them online, but I'm not really sure. But I'm sure you'll be able to find them in the parks at the tech store. I think they have that at Disney Springs. It's one of the places that they have stuff. So yeah. Okay. If you did not know, this is coming to me. Okay. So in Mickey and Minnie's Railway is coming to Mickey's Toontown. It's like a lot of stuff to say there. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Can you say that 10 times, sir? Is coming to Mickey's Toontown in Disneyland in 2022. I want to say, first of all, I am very like, we used to have Toontown in Walt Disney World. No, it's gone. But we still have the Chinese theater, who is no longer the Great Movie Ride, and I think it's turning into Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. If that's true, it looks pretty awesome inside these photos going to California. And I don't know what the date is for it opening at in Hollywood Studios, but I think it's going to be pretty doggone cool. um, let's see here. Um, Oh, okay. It says right here. It says from WDW News today. It says that all signs point to a fall 2019 opening for Mickey and Minnie's Railway blah, 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 Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. That gets me, man. But the focus is on Star Wars and Galaxy's Edge projects, contrasting silence up on the upcoming railway attraction. So I think it's going to be. Okay, okay. It says right here, has stealth. They have announced plans that the attractions are delayed and it's now planned to open in Hollywood studios in spring of 2020. So spring of 2020, look to see that the Mickey's Runaway Railway, yeah, I did it, is going to be open in spring of 2020 abouts, and it'll be open. Knowing Disney, probably sooner than later. So that's gonna be, really, really awesome for you people there. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. There's been a lot of talk here about the, let's see here, um, of them, the expanding of the moat. While expanding of the walkways nearby Cinderella's castle, they're still working on that. I know that Kyle Pablo gave a little on his video, gave a little update. They were walking by it, and yeah, so they're still working on that. Who knows when they'll be done? Personally, I would suspect maybe 3 months or something like that. They got a lot of stuff. Look, they have a lot of stuff going on, and as long as you can still walk by it, expansion of the sidewalk area is a bonus for people getting there. But I suspect it'll probably be done sometime by the end of August, especially for the opening of Galaxy's Edge, because not everybody's going to be able to get into Galaxy's Edge. People are going to be taking and while they can't get into Galaxy's Edge and Hollywood Studios, they might jump over to the Magic Kingdom, and most definitely they might be be there instead. So I suspect there's going to be huge crowd levels everywhere. So let's see here. uh, they have Disney releases. Let's see here. Disney, if you are a collector of coffee cups, and I have to tell you, I every year, every time I go, I try to get a new coffee cup. I love coffee and I love cups and I love collecting coffee cups. But one of the things is that you can Disney has released the Wisdom collectible series to that is limited edition, and they're releasing them every month in 2019. They are a collectible, um, looks like a collectible coffee cup. Each month throughout the year of 2019, a batch of collectible items inspired by Disney characters, inspirational quotes, and colors arrive at Shop Disney. In January, we saw collectible Dumbos. They were and stuff like that. So each month they're releasing different ones in 2019. Now, I know it's you know, so they have them. During the rest of the year, you can look forward to the following themes and the quotes in the Disney Wisdom Collection. The Wisdom Collection has Pocahontas in May, and 18th June they have the Beauty and the Beast. Pinocchio July 20th. August 17th is Bambi. September 21st is The Sword and the Stone, and Aladdin is October the 19th. November the 16th is The Lion King, and December 7th is Cinderella. They have these items all on Shop Disney, including these mugs and stuff like that. I mean, they have other things too, like pins and and whatnot. But yeah, so that's pretty interesting stuff. It's coming out with a lot of different collections, a lot of different things, and like they have those wishables. Those are on a monthly basis too. And like a very small plush toy that is comes. It's super small. They're called wishables, and they have a different one every month, and you can collect those. So nothing like these month to month collections that make you come back and buy something every single month, right? Okay. Yeah. Anyways, so let's see here. We talked about that before. I'm just trying to get down. Let's see here. Um, what I want to do here is if yeah, let's see here. Oh, if also if you did not know, another thing that's going on and is the especially if you're going to go to Disney to the Magical Kingdom in Walt Disney World, one of the things that you might want to remember because you might have to leave early is that the ticketing and transportation center is ongoing construction, and I haven't been there. I don't live there constantly, but I don't know what the latest and greatest update for that is. All I know is that there was an article about it, and that it's going under construction now. I don't know that it's really going to affect your driving there and getting parking that much. But what I can tell you is that it will probably make you walk longer, right? And whatnot because of the paths that you take to walk to wherever you're going at the Ticket and Transportation Center. So if you're going to go somewhere and you're going to go to Magic Kingdom and you got to go to and you're going to park at the Ticketing Transportation Center, just know that your walk may be longer than normal because of they have are improving walkways and the way things were where things are being dropped off at and buses and stuff like whatever else they're doing there just like the beginning of every other park they've worked on they're doing now the ticketing and transportation center a major overhaul of where the trams are stopping and the transportation is picking you up at and all that other great stuff. So yeah, be aware of it because you don't want to waste your time being late to a dinner reservation or being trying to get somewhere like a rope drop and then you're an hour late because or you're late for whatever reason and then you're like oh shucks and whatnot. But one of the things you should always remember when you're going to Walt Disney World, any park, any place around there, that you should be kind of knowing that you're going to run into these kind of dilemmas with the time. And look, you're on vacation. Don't sweat it. Things happen. Just relax. Just let it be. No reason to have an argument. No reason to get upset. No reason to ruin your magical experience because something happened or it took you longer to get somewhere. Um, it's going to be a great, beautiful day in the future. Anyways, yeah. So that's another thing. Okay. Um, let's see here. Trying to get through some of these here. Um, we have about 12 more minutes. All right. So let's see here. So Disney Plus, I will talk about that right quick again. Disney Plus is a video streaming service that's going to be starting up here in the fall time. They've released a date of sorts, like a launch date in the fall. I can't remember exactly what day it is, but yeah, it's going to have all sorts of things like The Simpsons. People go, "The Simpsons, that's not part of Disney." Yeah, well, it actually is because they bought out Fox Studios, and now they own The Simpsons and some other stuff like that, and some Marvel stuff, and some people forget that they own Marvel because they have, they're gonna have all the movies on it. I would, presume that, you're gonna be able to see the latest, movie that just, got out that, the Avengers, Endgame will probably be on there for you to watch. They're gonna have Star Wars on National Geographic, Pixar, Disney, all sorts of awesome, cool content just for you and yours. And I think it's going to be really great. You'll have a plethora of stuff to watch, all on one application, all on one place. And I think if you have like a whatever you use to watch this stuff, whether it's going to be on the Apple uh, Apple TV app, or whether it's going to be on your computer, or on your Google Chromecast device, or whatever, Fire Stick, or whatever you're using. So I would say that it's going to be something pretty awesome, and I'm looking forward to it. 6.99 for that much fun per month is something that's pretty awesome in my book. Um, yeah, so I look forward to getting a plethora of content and great TV watching out of the Disney Plus app. So let's see, we talked about the Wishables. Let's see here, 30th anniversary. Oh, no, let's see, 30th anniversary of Hollywood Studios. It's going on. Let's see, the Magic Kingdom ticket and transportation. We just talked about that. Let's see here. I'm just trying to remove some things. And if you do like this podcast, this type of vlog where you're getting great information about Disney, where you talk about things, and hopefully it'll become more interactive as more people get out and notice that I'm doing this and whatnot. That'll be kind of great and cool. Um, so yeah, I hope that yeah. One thing is also they do have now the Riviera is now selling for DVC memberships. You can join the great Disney Vacation Club, and I am a member of the Disney Vacation Club, but you can join it too and become a member of the Disney Vacation Club. All you have to do on your trip, and they will give you some free fast passes. That's my experience, and whatnot. Have them pick you. They pick you up. They work with you really nicely to get you there, and you can tour the rooms at the Saratoga Springs. That's where they have the mock rooms at for the Riviera. You can look at I think they have almost all of them. I would presume mock rooms of the Riviera. The Riviera is not open until December, and you can join and the DVC and whatnot. And just some I think one day I'm going to do a video on just the DVC membership, because I have to say that being a DVC member and being a coming to Disney several times before becoming a DVC member has really paid off in just a short period of time that I've had points, and just the savings of even being outside, um and how it's used is pretty awesome, especially if you're wanting to vacation to Disney at least once a year, or even twice a year, depending on how you're going to do it and how many vacations like doing going on. And Disney is really not that far from the north. It's only like 16 hours, 2-day travel, if you're going to be doing it and you're just kind of taking your time. So yeah. um I think I'm gonna be doing that for a video just to, enlighten you guys in, the entire experience of having a DVC membership, what it's worth, and everything. I mean, I'm not a salesperson, but I can only tell you about my experience, and, there's a lot of people say, "Don't do it, don't do it," but I think you have to look at, the pros of having, the DVC membership because, there's, gonna be a lot more rooms and places to stay with the Disney Vacation Club coming up soon, and the policy of it, is changing. Excuse me. Alright, so, um, let's see here, I'm, um that's about it right now. So, what we'll say is we'll say adieu, and thank you very, very much for coming here to get some information about Disney. And we'll look forward to seeing you next Sunday. I don't know the specific times. I will launch on my channel here what day, what time it will be on Sunday. That we'll be discussing more Disney goodness. So for now on, we'll see you in a week from now, and I'll bring you some more stuff about Disney. So you guys have a great day, and remember, for now, over and out.